Hey, my name's Warren. Welcome back to the 7 Essential Skills. Hey, today we're talking about skill number 6, gathering people. And this is something that Jesus did on a regular basis. There's 4 different types of groups that Jesus gathered. One, he would work one-on-one. When he wanted to call someone, he often said, "Follow me." He would do that one-on-one. If he wanted to share sensitive information, like when he wanted to restore Peter, he went to Peter and addressed him. That's the nature of this one-on-one relationship. And this is where, in disciple making, coaching and mentoring happens. And then there's another space that he worked with. He went and got, say, Peter, James, and John out of the 12. He got those 3 and he took them to what is now called the Mount of Transfiguration. And he wanted to share a personal experience with them about that they would come to know him better, and ultimately they would even hear the voice of God. And so he went and got 3 of them to do that. And that's where friendships develop. That's where personal discipleship actually happens. That's why it's important to get together with a group of about, I think the number's 4. That's what Jesus did. I think that's a good rule of thumb. And so then in another group that he dealt with was the 12. He gathered the group of 12 and they shared life together. They walked together. They did this thing called life, and they got to know each other. I call them snapshots, but they knew about where they grew up, where they lived, who they were related to, what they did, what they liked, what they didn't like, all of those type of things. Those snapshots become very important for us to get to know each other and get to know about each other. And in this social space, what's important to note here is this is where learning happens really good. So instructions. An example would be when Jesus taught about the sower and the seeds, he later debriefed with the 12 and he said, well, hey, the farmer is God, the seed is the word, the soils are the people. This is our hearts, how we receive God. And so instruction naturally happens really good, and social development happens really good in this space. And then the last space that Jesus we see working in, he did with a large crowd. And this was often around a miracle or miraculous event, teaching, inspiration happens there, and that's what that's for. In a large group, inspiration and encouragement, a shared experience together happens in that large group. All of these spaces are vitally important for disciple making. We need to learn each one of these so that we can learn how to make disciples. So enjoy your time learning how to gather people.